What up, gamers? Welcome back to Kaboom!
Kaboom, kaboom!
We're back with yet another exciting video for you. But before we dive in, make sure to smash that subscribe button to increase your gaming skills with 1000%. Esports are one of the most intense and competitive things in the world of video games, and are now recognized all over the world as something that truly has a place in the world, outside of just the gaming community too. Although most of these games are played with teamwork, sometimes everyone dies and only one person is left alive. And if that person manages to save the day, it's what we call a successful clutch.
Okay, that was a 300 IQ curveball.
Today, we're going to take a look at the top 10 clutches in esports tournaments.
Oh no! You're an animal!
Number 10. Devices Clutch on NRG, CSGO. Counter-Strike Global Offensive is a game where clutches happen often when you casually play the game. But it's a whole different thing when professionals are playing against each other, since each player has trained hard for years to get to where they are today. However, sometimes even that doesn't matter, as a beast is at its most dangerous when it's cornered. Device was playing against NRG when all of his teammates died. Eventually, he found himself against 3 enemy players and he killed them all by using a pistol from long distance, shocking everyone at how remarkable his abilities are.
They can recover this bomb site. It's not looking good right now for Astralis. Tarek will take down Sip, and that's a 2-on-4. Finally, Device put into play up from that high ground. Going to be taking down Ethan, sure, but the bomb is still planted, and currently no kid has been picked up. They need to find a way to get these kills and get on that bomb very quickly, and now it's all falling apart. Oh, no! Oh my lord! That can't possibly be real!
Number 9. cadiaN's Clutch against TSM. Rainbow Six Siege. Rainbow Six Siege is a game that is all about teamwork. Although players clutch sometimes, it's a near impossible task because of how coordinated your enemy can be, and it's just impossible to take out an entire team with different skills and abilities all by yourself. But that didn't stop cadiaN from pulling this feat off in a professional tournament of all places, as he managed to get a triple kill against TSM after being the last player alive, 2 of which were after the diffuser was already planted and active. After he had done everything, like most smug players, he took a bit of time before he finally defused the bomb just to show off the fact that he has the time left.
He doesn't have the nitro cell available. He will mistime it. They'll be able to get out of there very effectively. Bad timing for cadiaN. He sees one on drone, softens up the floor, but this is an almost unwinnable task for him. I can't believe how TSM was just able to bulldoze their way into the site. This retake from cadiaN will be tough. Bullow's on only a tiny bit of HP. Down goes Merc. Bullow's 1 shot away.
Whoa! Oh my god!
cadiaN Clutch!
Oh my god!
No way he pulls that off, and the diffuser is his! He knows he has plenty of time, and I'd imagine you gotta be pumped with that one. He'll start to defuse, and SSG manages to save the round. Almost unwinnable, I say. Well, he proves me wrong. Second round goes to SSG.
Number 8. NESKWGA's Clutch against Pain Gaming. Rainbow Six Siege Brazil. Still sticking around with Rainbow Six Siege? If you thought the previous clutch was insane, then wait for this 1v5 clutch that happened in an exclusively Brazilian tournament but shocked the entire world. Stuck in a 1v5 situation with his entire team dead, Nesk managed to hunt down every single member of the other team all by himself, casually acing and giving his team a surprising victory that no one would have expected.
Dá cover. Detalhe, PSK tá com o desativador na parte superior, faltam 50 segundos.
Isso é perigoso, eles não podem arriscar, o spawn já desceu, será que vai conseguir eliminação? Consegue, belo trabalho, eliminação em cima do jogador, quase tenta uma double kill, olha o Nesk, double kill pra ele, vai partir terceiro, triple kill, 4K do Nesk, impressionante, o que tá acontecendo, Retalha? Revolt sozinho, será que ele consegue levar mais uma situação complicada pra ele, tem um pixel melhor, o Nesk consegue um clutch espetacular, o clutch que pode garantir a vantagem que a Black Dragons precisava para ir para Katowice.
Nice.
Number 7. cadiaN's Clutch against Gambit, CSGO. The best kind of clutch to watch is a clutch that gets titled a person's play of their career, especially when they properly strategize it and use different weapons along the way, rather than just win with simple headshots. Heroic's cadiaN was up against 4 enemy players, and everyone in his team was dead in the Pro League Season 13's Grand Final. He knew what he had to do to stop Gambit from scoring a win and delaying their victory. So, he first sneaked up on an enemy and knifed him to death. Then started to snipe 2 others and finally tricked one last guy into coming his way and then got one-shot sniper kill on the last member too, making history with such an amazing clutch.
And what did he do after that? That's nuts. So he actually shoots the AWP in the back of the head without anyone looking.
Gets the AWP and kills the guy CT.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's knifed him, and he's gotten away with the AWP. I'm starting to get nervous. There's no way. cadiaN, you can't win Pro League like this! You can't win Pro League like this! No way! Exile's left, 40 seconds and the bomb's on A. Take your time, son. You're about to make the play of your career. Jump
Tore him.
Gets the info. He just has to hit this shot, and he's done it for Heroic. The leader, calling well above his years, clearing. Oh no! You're an animal! Heroic have done it, and I just can't.
Number 6. GLD Bonkers Clutch against SMB. Valorant. Bonkar is not known to be generally on top of the leaderboard, even though he's a pretty good support player nonetheless and is an important part of his team. However, this one time his team was about to lose in a tournament against SMB, and he first sneaked up to the bomb and denied the defusing, and then immediately used this momentum to kill 4 players in the same moment, making everyone yell in excitement. An insane 1v4 that reminds us of just how crazy things can get in Valorant.
Be working quite well. The walls that have been so far delivered from supermassive plays for the recade have been perfect, but Bonkar might just have a good timing. He's going for it. We'll find one on the right-hand side. Can he deny the half? He cannot deny the half. Bonkar, you're so smart, and you're getting them all! Bonkar with the quad! And this is what you want to see this guy do! He's usually not on top of the scoreboard, but a clutch from King Bonkar is bringing them back on the throne.
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Number 5. Hiko's Clutch against Sponsorless, CSGO. Counter-Strike Global Offensive has seen a few clutches within eSports tournaments, but usually the player has a great angle and a good gun to go along with it. Things seemed completely grim for Hiko as his teammates were dead. He was cornered and he had a TEC-9 of all guns to go with. However, he managed to take down not 1, not 2, not 3, but 5 members of the enemy team, winning the match with an amazing clutch and securing himself an ace.
For Sponsorless, they didn't have enough money or they've already used them. There's one Molotov going in now. The kills start to trickle in for Sponsorless on the CT side. It will once again just be Hiko. Is he about to pull off the Alamo? He's got 3 from behind quad. Can he find a 4th? He gets the 4th. He's on for the ace and he gets it! What?
How did that just happen?
I feel like I'm trapped. I'm trapped inside of a meme right now. Inhuman reactions.
Number 4. Praise Clutch against SKT, League of Legends. In the second game of the semi-final match of the 2016 World Championship, Team ROX was trying to kill off SKT's team to win the game, but SKT's Duke had started to back out and began teleportation to get away. However, in one of the most popular moments of League of Legends esports, Team ROX's member Prey managed to shoot a blind Ash arrow and then proceeded to fight the SKT players alongside his team. Silently, the arrow made its way to SKT's player Duke and stopped him from teleporting away, securing his team an instant win.
Oh, not gonna get the root, but the Strike of Thorns will land. The kickback doesn't mean much to Blank, and that should be a kill onto the ROX Tigers jungler.
But he's just buying time. Yeah, pushing the bottom side. This is what SKT is trying to punish. They're gonna get the inhibitor.
Gorilla putting down 5 damage auto attacks, doing what he can to keep mid lane alive because top inhib has been killed, and they even got the pick off on Bang.
ROX doesn't actually have to stop pushing right now. They can delay the recalls. The arrows. Look at the arrow. He can teleport.
He's gonna stop it. He's stopped Duke, which means they can push. It's now on Wolf. It's a teleport coming in for Smeb and Curl. How much more can be done?
And more to win right now.
To tank. Wolf running out of health. He's gonna die off onto the turret they go, but the minions are gone, and it's too much. SKT are here to defend. This is a difficult 3v2. Pushing down Duke, down below 1,000. Ult's back on towards Prey, push back yet again, but Sveb's running low, but they get it. In front of the Nexus, they're trying to burn it down. Is this not going to be enough? It's not. ROX Tigers answer back with game 2.
Help us out and smash that like button on the bottom right. It will help this video rank and our channel grow. Number 3. EQO's Clutch against Paris Eternal, Overwatch. Some clutches feel like they were forged in struggle, while others feel like the person did not have to go through too much effort. But only a few of them make you feel like the correct term for them is domination. And that's what brings us to EQO's Clutch in Overwatch. As the payload was being moved and the time ran out, Fusion seemed to be losing the game. But as soon as overtime began, EQO jumped into place like a ninja with Genji and took down the entire team single-handedly, effectively saving his team and giving them the time that they needed to pick themselves back up.
That's all they've got in the Fusion. They've got to get past this incredible sightline that XE has. The infra side is up. And Paris Eternal.
Oh, Bren.
Close to this
Bren,
blade.
How cruel for Fusion to come so close yet again in a finals. And to have it ripped away from them by a clutch play from XE, it would almost be too much to bear.
Hopes and dreams of the Fusion right now laying bare. Sparkle wants to try and put an end to it. Blade in hand, it's going right down to the distance as the overtime burns through. The Fusion need to find an opening. Sparkle now moving through, but XE's on the flank. The headshot onto Carpe. One of their star players taken out early. And Boombox just left to his own devices in the sidelines. He goes down to Fusion. Only a couple of players left remaining. EQO's got to come up huge right now. Everyone is weak. EQO with the blade, pulls it through, builds it up. Will it be enough? 1 kill, 2 kill. Are you kidding me? EQO now finds it with the third. And now it is overtime. XE moving over to the Tracer to try and deny, but EQO! What a player, what a star! Unbelievable performance in the overtime clutch, and normally it's Carpe, normally he steps up, but this time, EQO reminds everybody at home why he's still on this roster.
Number 2. OG Anna's Clutch against psg.lgd, DOTA 2. DOTA 2 is a game where clutching is a very difficult task because it's one of the most team-oriented games that you'll come across. And that becomes even more true for professional tournaments, because every player knows what they're doing. OG was losing the internationals, and Anna was completely outnumbered, making the situation seem like an easy win for psg.lgd. However, in an amazing clutch through the use of the buyback technique, he gave the match his all and ended up clutching this situation, creating a moment that is loved not only by the fans of Dota 2, but those who love seeing impossible plays in video games in general.
To be spawning Roshan and psg.lgd are well aware.
Roshan's up. It looks like only OG knows right now.
Arme,
PL battle.
He's losing action. Arme's going to get caught out by the tornado though. They've opened up onto him. Arme trying to get on top of Anna. The BKB popped by Chalice. He'll get the ult out. No-Tail getting gone out straight away by F5 with the snowball. No-Tail's dead for 100. They'll get the Chen. Anna in the midst of it, trying to lock down onto FY. The rest of his team about to come over to get the tornado. Out onto X over Seb. Looking for the cool control onto Arme. Has he got it? Arme getting stood up by the cold snap, but he's able to wait for him up the high ground. Thompson blinks in. He gets the hex out, but F5 with the snowball save. They get the bash out. Somnus will be able to find the IO, but they're fully low OGD. That's Somnus dead for 2 minutes. They get Thompson. Thompson dead for 2 minutes. Only Anna. Anna, can he do it here? He's at half health. Seb! Seb gets the call. He gets the call of his lifetime. As 3 dead now on LGD. No buyback. Seb will fall. Anna kept alive.
Number 1. Stewie2k's Clutch against FaZe Clan, CSGO. One of the most hyped clutches in the history of esports goes to Stewie2k of Cloud9, who faced off against 3 enemy players and helped his team gain an unexpected victory. What makes this clutch particularly special is that Stewie's team was still alive, but they were running out of time as Stewie2k had to hold off the site and his team was nowhere to be seen when everyone else from the enemy team came to kill him. He managed to kill 2 enemy players while injuring a 3rd, securing a victory that caused genuine roars from the crowd, some in his support and some against. If he hadn't won this situation, his team would have lost the tournament, as the FaZe clan had better scores against them prior to this match.
A problem, but they've got Rush in the graveyard position. 28 seconds now, and Olaf Meister might try to pull rotation. He's the only man on Banana. Rush with an off angle, looking towards the Apps position. The Molotov comes in, but so does the rotation. Olaf Meister, though, has been taken out towards the B bomb site. But Automatic's going towards A. Nothing else is going on. He's got to go back. Stewie's on his own. But look at the time. Look at the time. There's 7 seconds. They've got the bomb. They're trying to build pyramids, but there's no more play. Stewie's won the round. We're going to overtime.
Talzon have done it! How have they done that? They came back all the way! All the way!
Check out this video. It's specially selected for you. You'll like it.